Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today I'm going to showcase a 1-bar Oakensoul build for the Magicka Warden, also known as Magden. This build is capable of pulling over 86k on the parse dummy. I will be using mythics and trial gear, so this is not a super beginner friendly build, but rather more for endgame players who prefer 1-bar builds. With update 35, Oakensoul got changed and slightly nerfed, but the good thing is it's still very viable. With that being said, here's the build. So starting off in the character sheet, I have 64 points in a Magicka and I'm running the Thief Mundus. For the race, I'm a High Elf. I think High Elves are probably one of the best choices for Magicka DPS right now. For the food, we're going to be running Clockwork Citrus Fillet for any hard content. An easier and cheaper option would be Witch Mother's Potent Brew. And lastly, if you're parsing or just want more sustain in general, then Ghastly Eyeball is always the go-to. For the potions, because we're running Oakensoul Ring, we're just going to use standard essence of Magicka. The reason we're not running spell power pots is because we don't need access to major sorcery or major prophecy, because Oakensoul provides that for us. So therefore we only need major intellect, which can be found from regular essence of Magickas. So for CP for the blue tree, we're going to be running Exploiter. Swap this out for crit damage CP for content. Fighting Finesse and Backstabber, either one would work depending on your situation. Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, and Wrathful Strikes. For the red tree, Boundless Vitality, Fortified, Rejuvenation, and Siphoning Spells. So for the gear, we're going to be running 5 pieces of Pillar of Nirn paired with 5 pieces of Whirl of Depths, 1 piece Slime Crawl, and 1 Oakensoul Ring. So breaking it out in the main hand, we have a Pillar of Nirn Dagger, Nirn Honed with a Flame Damage enchant, and the offhand charged with a poison damage enchant. For the head, we have 1 piece medium Slime Crawl and Divines with a max mag enchant. For the body, we have 5 pieces of Whirl of Depths, all in Divines with max mag enchants. And for 1 piece of the body, we have a Pillar of Nirn. This is going to be in Divines with a max mag enchant. And for the jewelry, we have 2 pieces of Pillar of Nirn jewelry, both with spell damage enchants, traded in Bloodthirsty. And lastly, the Oakensoul Ring, which is also Bloodthirsty with a spell damage enchant. So for the skills, we're going to be running Subterranean Assault, Screaming Cliff Racer, Winter's Revenge, Fetcher Infection, Deadly Cloak, and Wild Guardian. So for the rotation, we're going to be prioritizing our Subterranean Assault, meaning we're going to be casting it every 6th skill. So once you cast Subterranean Assault, you're free to cast 5 skills in between until you have to cast it again. So during that time, try to keep up Winter's Revenge, Deadly Cloak, and Fetcher Infection up as best as possible. And then when you have nothing else to cast, just use your Screaming Cliff Racer as a filler. And then you can also use your ultimate Wild Guardian whenever it's ready, and you should be good to go. So closing thoughts, first up, if you need a bar slot, Deadly Cloak is probably your best bet. So you could swap that out for whatever you need for a given situation. Just a few things. So Wardens did get changed, and the other morph, Deep Fissure, instead of Subterranean Assault, also got changed, but I did try using it, but first I was magging out, and second, it wasn't doing more damage than Subterranean, so that's why I decided to still use Subterranean Assault. And if you want to play at range, you can drop Deadly Cloak for a different dot, and then you can change your daggers to an Inferno Staff. So for gear alternatives, instead of running Whirl of Depths, you can opt to run Bosse if you're able to control your Magicka. In terms of other sets you can run for Pillar of Nirn, you can do Advancing Yokeda or Berserking Warrior, just make sure you run daggers. You can do Mantle of Sororia, which is actually a really good set now, and Order's Wrath is also a viable choice as well. If you want a super budget build, Order's Wrath and Julianus would work just fine. And I think that wraps it up. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, or better yet, come join our Discord. My website is now available and open to the public. I will try my best to update it for every build I make. Furthermore, I'd like to get into content creation full time, so I've started a channel membership for those who would like to support me. One added perk is that members will get build request priority. Both of the links will be in the description. And lastly, if you feel like the build has helped you in any way, please consider subbing and liking the video. Once again, thank you again, and attached is a parse. See you in the next one.